Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to the class. In today's lecture, we're going to talk about simple future tense. We're talking the future like the simple clear tenses. We have already studied about simple past tense. Then we talked about simple present, and today we will talk about simple future tense. Clear? From the name, it's clear that it talks about future activity, clear, an activity that will happen in the future. So we can define this tense, that simple future tense, clear, it shows us an action, clear, or it shows us a state, two things. Number one, either it can talk about an action or a state, clear, which will happen in a particular time in the future. Like for example, you want to talk that I will go to UK next month. Now, this is your future plan, like this is your future action, activity that you want to perform in future, clear? And a specific time, what is that? Next month. So an action that will happen in a particular time in the future, that is called what we call it, simple future tense, get it? In this case, we use what we use well. Like in all, whenever it comes about future, so in future we use auxiliary verb well. If you remember, in simple past, auxiliary verb we use what? That was did. And in simple present, do and does. And in future, with all subjects, the way we use did with all subjects in simple past, and then we use do with plural subject in simple present, and does with that of singular subjects. Now, we use well, auxiliary well, with all subjects, clear? With all type of subjects. So let's take some of the examples. We will take, for example, this is the first structure that you need to understand about. Number one is we use subject. After subject, we will use, as I said, auxiliary well. And remember, whenever auxiliary verb is used, so after all auxiliary verbs, we use base form of the verb. After auxiliary verbs, which form of the word will be used? Base form of the verb. If subject is singular or plural, whatever it is, like we have used do, base form of verb. Does, base form of verb. Did, base form of verb. And again, we use that of well. We will use which form of the verb? Base form of the verb. First form of the verb will be used. Plus rest of the sentence. For example, if I say, I will go to UK. Clear? Next year. Now, can you see an action that will happen in future? That will happen in future in a specific time. What is the specific time? Next year. Clear? The negative, if you want to go for the negative one, and how can you say I will? After auxiliary, you will put not. I will not go to UK next year. This is your negative. And the short form of will not is won't. Will not. The short form is won't. This is the short form, clear? Won't is the short form. I won't go to UK next year, or you can say I will not go to UK next year. If you want to ask question, we ask question with will, with auxiliary well. Well, it will come like the same way in simple present and simple past tense, clear? Like, do you go to UK? Did you go to UK? How can we say? Will you go to UK next year? So this is what we have used. So whenever examiner, especially for IELTS students, when examiner he asks with will, clear? So it means he is asking in the future, clear? Simple future tense. Then you are supposed to also use simple future tense in that case. Get it? He can ask you like more questions. He can informative question, like he can ask you, when will you go to UK? Can you see? I have used well, time. He can ask, where will you go next year? Can you see what I have? Where, place. Why will you go to UK? Clear? He can ask like different type of informative questions, clear? So you are supposed to give your answer accordingly. Here is the positive structure. Claire, you can see here on your screens. This is the positive structure. And here are some of the examples that we have used, and all of them, they show what they show actions like I will meet my friend tonight, they will go to college tomorrow. Clear? So all of them, they show what they show that of action. Simple future tense, it also shows a state. How does it show a state? Like for example, they will be late tonight. Can you see here we have used the word be here, there is no action word. So remember, in state follows this formula. This is the formula that it will be followed in the state. Look, subject we will use. After subject, we put well, and after well, we will put be word. Be is a main word, plus rest of the sentence. Like for example, I will be happy. Do you see? We have used be here. Be is a main verb. So it shows what? It shows a state. I will be happy. I will be happy if I go to UK. Clear? I will be happy. So it's a state. If I say, I will go to UK. So now can you see I have used go. Go is a main verb. It's an action. But be is what? Be is a state. Clear? Like for example, you want to say, I will be absent tomorrow. Can you see here? That if you want to say I will be absent tomorrow, so we have used it's a state. He will be sick. Clear? I will be, for example, sick. Now can you see it's a future state? I will be sick. So remember, it can talk about an action, or it can also talk about a state. Now, like he will be late tonight, she will be happy with her exam results. So all of them are what? All of them are states. Positive contractions you people can use, like I will. Short form of I will is like this. You can write down. This is the short form. Clear? I will. You will. This is the short forms. You can write he will, she will, they will, we will. Clear? And et al. So we the negative structure, it gets like this way. This is the negative structure. We just put not after will, like I will not meet my friend, or the short form of will not is I won't. I won't be late tomorrow, etc. So just put not after auxiliary verb will, and it changes into what? It changes into the negative form. If you want to like use the contraction forms, Clear, in simple future tense, how can you use the contraction form? This is the way. Look, I will not. So we use I won't. Clear? You will not, you won't. Then we contract, use the contraction form with auxiliary, with not with the subject. If there is not, like you cannot go for double contractions. It will be wrong. Like if you write down in this way, look, if I say I will, and then you put like this, it's completely incorrect. So in a sentence, you can use only one contraction, not both at the same time. How can you say? Either you can say, I will not, Clear, I will not be present, suppose. Or you can say, I won't. Yeah, I won't be present. So you can use what? You can use one contraction, not two at the same time. Clear? The same way, like he, for the he we have, he want, she want. Clear? They want, we want, and it want, etc. But you cannot use double one. The question one, how to go for that? You can ask question with well, Clear, and this is how we have used the questions. Will you meet? Or will they go to college tomorrow? Will he be late tonight? Will she be happy with her exams or exam results? So these are what these are, that of simple future tense. Now we want to talk about more usages, Clear, of simple future tense. Beside that, state and action, simple future tense, number one usage, it can also be used for what? For instant decision. What I mean by instant decision, the first one, instant decision means that the decision you take on the spot, immediately. Like for example, if I ask you something, what will you do after the class? So you say, I will go home or I will meet my friend. So whenever you want to take instant decisions, clear, then we use well. Like for example, we're talking to one another and you directly say, I will call you tonight, no problem. Look, it's an instant decision. Like you did not thought about it, you did not think about it before. Clear, you directly say, I will call you. Are you getting it? I will help you. So such type of things are what such type of thing instant decisions we use that of your simple future tense. Like I will call a taxi for you. I will go right now. Clear? I will go. I will leave now. So it's an instant decision. Number second, it can be used for what? To make an offer. Whenever you want to make an offer, we use that of simple future tense. Like for example, I will help you. This is an offer, like you're offering someone, clear? I will take your luggage with you. Like for example, you're having big suitcase, clear? And you are not able to carry all of them. And I offer you, how can I offer you? I will take your luggage for you. For example, I will wash the dishes for you, clear? Etc. The third one, third usage, it can also be used to go for a promise. Whenever you want to have promise with someone, again, we can use simple future tense, like I will call you tonight, the promise, clear? Or I will email you tomorrow, etc. It can also be used for another usage. Let's go with another usage of simple future tense. Usage number 4, simple future tense can also be used to threat. When you threat someone, clear? Then we use that one. Like for example, I will kill you. If you tell him, I will kill you, I will see you, clear? So to threat someone, whenever we threat someone, we use that of simple future tense. Simple future tense is also used to predict something, clear? Whenever you want to predict something, we use simple future tense. For prediction, like for example, it's cloudy outside, and the weather is cloudy, and when you go and you see cloud, clear, and what do you predict? That it will rain tonight. You make what? You make prediction. For example, Pakistan is playing cricket match and Pakistan is playing well. So what do you predict? You predict that Pakistan will win today. Clear? So this is what we have. Whenever you go for prediction, you can go with that of simple future tense. Uh, Number 6 usage number 6 is simple future tense to describe future fact. When you want to describe future fact, again, we can use like the president will be in Islamabad tomorrow. Clear? Future fact. For example, we can say, I will drive, clear, to work tomorrow if you want a ride. So whenever you want to talk about future facts, again, we use that of simple future tense. So these were the usages of simple future tense, Claire. I hope you understood properly. Thank you.